people generally categorize somebody being either early or being late. But there's lots of different points throughout the approach where you can actually be early at one point and then late in another, or late at one point and then end up early in another. It's not just categorically I'm early or late. There's different times in the approach when you can be one or the other. So what have you seen, Randy?
No, I think you're exactly right. And personally, I'm going through the same thing. And I had late timing to start that turned into early timing because I would pull it from the top of the swing. So, your mind knows where the ball needs to be. When you're out of position in any sport, there's compensatory moves that start to occur. For me, getting the ball into the swing a little late, getting it to the top a little bit late, then forcing me to pull down, which then in turn made it early. So I think one of the trends we're seeing in today's modern game, Steve, is the long third step. Now, some of the greats that have been great for many, many years, you look at Norm Duke and Pete Weber, they've always had an elongated or longer third step, remember, in a five-step approach. And I think this is what's enabled them to be great throughout the years.
And that's probably given them the time, as they're coming through the release point, to have that hand and to get it in the right spot, let the swing come through, and they're able to create whatever type of roll they're trying to create because everything's freed up. That's the biggest thing I've seen in their game.
Yeah, I mean, it puts them to me, it puts them in perfect position in terms of spine tilt, the angle of their back. It puts them in that great position, puts their legs underneath them. Think about five-step approach, the first two being, let's say equal distance, and then the third step all of a sudden getting short, something I know all too well. Well, what that does is it immediately makes the body tip forward. Now the weight's forward, not underneath you. You're immediately out of position. Whereas these players getting that third step to be longer, it keeps their center of gravity centered, keeps the legs underneath them, and puts them in a perfect position.